In the building on the left-hand corner are the Quest apartments where we're staying for 2 nights, and just in front of it in that park you'll see white cockatoos and galahs feeding. A 3-minute walk away, we're obviously driving here, is the 112-year-old Fremantle railway station. Hope that man makes his train. Right behind me is the car park where we parked our car for the weekend. It cost $15 a day, and in that area is the passenger terminal to go to Rottnest Island or to catch a cruise ship. Cross over the road so I can show you inside the apartment. I took these pictures before we messed up the apartment for the rest of the weekend. I haven't shown you the second bathroom, it's pretty much the same as the first. And then I'm going to show you the gym that guests can use for free. Here's Andrew. Andrew has this very odd idea that you're going to give this video the thumbs up once you get a look at him. For our first meal in Fremantle, we went to 55 on High and got takeaway Vietnamese and Malaysian food to heat up later that night. The restaurant opens for breakfast and lunch on weekdays. Friday night at the movies in a really comfortable laid back seat. This is a playback recording. I got poked awake the whole time I was in the cinema snoring, so now I have recorded Richard, who said he never snores. I recorded him snoring, and he's the one who has kept poking me awake. So now he's on YouTube snoring too. Now at Bread in Common for Saturday lunch. We've been advised to order the equivalent of 1.5 plates from the menu per person. We don't really want to eat that much, so we've ordered toasted sandwiches and avocado bread rolls and homemade ginger ale and homemade apple cider, which I can recommend. After lunch we're going to walk around Fremantle and look at some old buildings. But wait, there's more, and it's not much more. Here is the caramel slice I ordered. It's between 1 and 2 inches in diameter. It came with a little fork and a little bread and butter plate, and I was hoping for a little bit bigger than this. We're on Pakenham Street now, about to go walk about around Fremantle, and coming up on the right is the former Victoria Coffee Palace. Coffee palaces were hotels that didn't sell alcohol, and this one was built in 1895. Fremantle Navy Club own the top 2 floors of this beautiful old building and have jazz sessions there on a Sunday. And over the road, the grey Central Chambers building was completed in 1907. Beautiful Esplanade Hotel built in 1875. Fremantle Fire Station opened in 1909 and it housed 4 horse-drawn vehicles, including the district ambulance. Fremantle Town Hall opened in 1887, and I really wanted to get a good shot of this, but people and buses and cars and traffic, they just have to get in the way, don't they? Built as a jail in 1831, the roundhouse on top of this hill is Western Australia's oldest building. Residents received rations of 1.5 pounds of bread per day and a weekly allowance of vinegar to help prevent scurvy. For good behaviour, they would receive ½ pound of salt meat on Sunday. Prisoners doing hard labour received an additional ½ pound of salt meat per day. Friends were permitted to visit with gifts, but not alcohol. The families of prisoners received support of 6p per week. Each of the 8 cells was built to house 2 prisoners or 4 prisoners in an emergency. after the arrival of the colony's first convicts in 1850, the roundhouse was no longer big enough and a much larger prison was built. Completed in 1838, Whalers Tunnel was Western Australia's first underground engineering project. Whales would be dragged ashore to Bathurst Beach for processing and then brought through the tunnel into the town. The tunnel fell into disuse by whalers in the 1860s after the whalers hit hard times. It was kept open for an easy access to Bathurst Beach. Then in 1938, a secret tunnel was connected to be used as an air raid shelter during World War II. Saturday night and we are at Sosta for dinner. Great food, wonderful service, and there's even a secret elevator. But don't tell anybody I told you. Anyway, this restaurant, it definitely ticks all of the boxes, and there's our dinner. That's the old customs house built in 1908. My camera work is wobbly because I'm standing outside here in the cold and it is freezing. So let's go inside and have a look. We're here to see a circus and choir performance, a fundraiser for Down syndrome. The performance hasn't begun yet, so I'm going to take a couple of quick snapshots inside this beautiful looking building. We're back at Quest. Oh my god, story. We're back at we're back at Quest Hotel. Oh my god. We are back at Quest Apartments, and tomorrow morning we're going to the Growers Green Fresh Market that's held every Sunday at Fremantle College. We'll have breakfast there. We're on our way to the market for breakfast, and then we're leaving Fremantle.